Welcome to another great week on Iowa Sports Weekly. I'm Bill Brown along with co-host Kim Baker, and this week we have a very special story to bring you.
It is a special story, and we're delighted to be here at Challenge Gymnastics here in West Des Moines. This is a story about a young lady, Shawn Johnson, who is an Olympic hopeful, Bill.
Exactly. Well, and if you ask her, of course, she would say not quite yet. But anyway, she's in the process for training to be in the 2008 Olympics. Fantastic gymnast, and of course we're going to catch up with some other folks today too.
We certainly are. Her mother, Terry, I'm sure she's a delight to visit with, but I can't wait to share some of the things that she has experienced with Shawn, and also the coach.
Exactly. You know, and this is going to be a special week here in Iowa Sports Weekly. This is such an incredible story. It only makes sense that we're going to bring you very in-depth stories from the coaches, from Shawn, and from her mom too. So you guys stick with us.
Now on floor exercise for Chow's Shawn Johnson.
I'm here with world-class gymnast Shawn Johnson. And Shawn, has this been an incredible ride or what?
Yeah, it's been really amazing just being able to accomplish a lot of my goals and be able to get this far. And it's just been awesome. It's
been an incredible career to this point. Let me ask you one question. What has been, out of all this, has been your most memorable moment?
My probably most memorable moment was actually making elite. That was one of my biggest goals, and to be able to go and make elite on my first try was just like overwhelming.
You know, a lot of listeners would be curious about this. How you rate gymnastics on a scale of 1 to 10, and then past 10 in elite status. How does that work?
Well, from level 1 to 10 is not quite the easier levels, but they're not as hard. And once you reach elite, that's when you're able to compete in world events and make the national team and compete for your country.
Chow, this is an extraordinary facility that you have here, and you have an extraordinary amount of athletes. Tell us, how many students do you have here in the training center?
We have about 900 students. We started off 8 years ago with 3 students. Now it's been 8 years. We grew about 900.
That's truly incredible. One of the things that I noticed about the facility is the camaraderie that all of the students have in here. It seems to be just tremendous.
Yes. You know, we are not here only training the high-level kids, but also starting from the 18 months, you know, from the little kids to teaching them, you know, more, give them confidence, and then the coordination, strength, flexibility together. But overall, I think it's a wonderful thing for the kids.
I was on your website the other day, and there's a host of events that you've competed. Which has been your favorite so far?
Probably Pacific Alliance in Honolulu. That was
in Hawaii, huh?
That was my favorite.
Was that? Now, how did you do there?
I placed first in all around and first on floor and vault.
Sitting here in Chow's Gymnastics in West Des Moines, joining me is Terry Johnson, and this is an opportunity, Terry, that a lot of parents don't have in a lifetime to experience what you're experiencing right now with Shawn. Talk a little bit about when Shawn was growing up. I know we've talked about when she was 3, 4 years of age, she wanted to be involved. She was very active. Talk a little bit about how active she was and what, just kind of what you wanted her to be involved in.
Just high energy, very high energy. Climbed everything, stacked things so she could jump off of things. No fear from day one, 0 fear. And, you know, she was a little girl, so we tried little girl things. We tried dance and things that were much more conservative, but nothing really was a good fit for her until we put her in gymnastics, and then it was just immediate. That her love of it, not necessarily, we had no anticipation of anything. We just wanted something, you know, just an avenue for her to go enjoy herself and get rid of some of her energy.
Yeah, they have a lot of
So,
energy
yeah.
at 3 and 4 years of age.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about one of her teachers that she had as a gymnast. Felt that the talent just wasn't there, but the enthusiasm was. So,
It wasn't. Well, it wasn't necessarily a positive thing, so we don't really talk about it a lot. But
Exactly.
It wasn't. It wasn't negative either. He just he moved her from just the little regular class to what they considered their advanced class, and at that age, I mean, geez, what is that? But anyhow, he said, he just told me that the way he phrased it was, he didn't do it because she had any talent. He did it just because of her brute strength. So
And
it wasn't really a compliment, but it got her where she needed to be, I suppose.
Well, sometimes, and we talked about this earlier before, that, the first, everyone has to have a first step.
Right.
And that was Sean's first step
Right.
in the world of gymnastics. And now being a member of the U.S. national women's team is truly an honor and a potential Olympian.
Yeah.
From a mother's standpoint, what does this mean to you? Is this something that you welcome for her? You welcome for yourself? Or?
So long as it stays positive for her, I absolutely welcome it. I support her. Whatever makes her happy, I will be behind her. And right now it's gymnastics, and I'm afraid it's going to be gymnastics.
It's going to be well,
which is great. I mean, I love gymnastics. I have nothing against that, but it takes a toll on family, and it's just time consuming, and it's dangerous, and there's just a lot of things that as a parent you worry about, but it makes her happy, so I'll do it as long as she wants to do it.
What has been the most influencing thing by your parents, or what have your parents done to inspire you to do this?
Just the way they support me with everything. I mean, if I would wanted to quit gymnastics tomorrow, they'd be perfectly supportive, and they just want what's happy, or what would make me happy. And every day I get up and they make sure if this is still what I want to do, and it is, so they keep bringing me every day, and they're the best.
Awesome. How do you describe your relationship as a coach and a mentor in this tremendous sport?
Sean, actually my wife Lee and I, we started coaching her when she was 6 years old and has no tooth. It was so cute. And she was just a powerful kid with lots of energy, very lovely. Then we started with her with our pre-team and moving her up from level 5 up to this point. And she had a very strong desire, ambitions. And I'm glad that we are connected well and then work together as a team and getting the tremendous results.
Chow, when did you know in Sean's career that she was able to take this next step? When did you feel that?
We feel that when she was probably when she was 8 years old, feeling it more because she is truly loving the sport and willing to work hard and taking the corrections. All pulling together. I think she made a tremendous improvement every year, every day, I should say. Yes.
As far as the travels and the places you've been, of course, Hawaii has been probably the top place. What has been the most challenging thing that you've had to overcome being a gymnast?
Probably homesickness. I mean, I'm an only child, so I'm really close to my parents, and having to leave and be so far away it's hard, but knowing that my parents, they always go with me. They haven't missed one meet, and since they travel like and I know they're in the country, that's really good because they're not allowed to travel with you as the team, but they can come just for support.
So have you made some friends on the team?
Yes, a lot of them.
How many friends do you have on the team right now?
All of them.
Do you find that it's a pretty close knit group of girls?
Yeah,
Has it been?
very much so.
She certainly has grown. She's one of the tops, not only in the United States, but she has done some things that only 2 or 3 other people have done in the world. In talking about that involves a lot of travel. And I know you spoke earlier about being out of the country a couple of times, but you spend a lot of time on the road going to different events.
Yeah. We didn't prior to gymnastics. It was a big deal to go to Omaha or anything out of Des Moines. We've learned the hard way on how to travel big, but we're going a lot of places and places we would never have gone. I mean, Belgium. You might as well send her to Timbuktu. I had no idea where Belgium was when they assigned her that. So,
Right.
But it was fun.
And you and I talked about having family dinners, and this is something I know you've talked. You mentioned that you really try to have a family dinner because it gives you the time to sit down and relax and reflect on the day and maybe reflect on what's happening.
Right. Well, just be together. Obviously that's not the most healthy time to eat is late in the evening, but we choose to do that just because it's something we can still do with her. So.
Now, talking about with her, when you're looking at or speaking with, and I'm sure you have a lot of other mothers that talk to you about, what are my daughter's chances, or what kind of advice do you give to parents that say, I'd like our daughter to experience, maybe not to this level, but of an Olympic hopeful, but some level of a success. What are some of the things that you advise them on?
Gymnastics is healthy.
Right.
It's excellent exercise, good coordination, balance, everything. I mean, it's commitment, teamwork. They learn a lot. So whether they use it in their lifelong pursuit or not, they learn a lot here. I think that they can use to excel in other areas.
So how do you balance it all between school and gymnastics, being at home? How do you do it all?
It's hard, but I mean, I love school, so I think that helps, and my teachers help so much with when I'm gone, and just having friends that support you too, and teammates who are the best, and the best coaches in the world. It just helps a lot.
Now, you were for 7 years the head gymnastics men's and women's coach for the University of Iowa, and you had, I believe it was 5 or 6 that went on to the U.S. Nationals.
Right. Yeah.
To have an opportunity to have an Olympian, what does that mean to you?
I always felt I'm a good coach, and I feel I can teach the highest level of gymnasts. But we have to start from the very fresh, teaching them the right technique so they can run higher, they run longer and fly higher.
And this is where Shawn feels, if you feel that Shawn is at this point in her career at 14,
Yes.
her strength, not only physically but mentally, you have to be tough too.
Absolutely. This is a very tough sport, especially when you want to go to this level. You not only have to be strong in gymnastics, you have to be very strong mentally. Because, for example, like basketball, you have many shots. But for gymnastics, there's one shot. You have to be mentally prepared.
That's right.
Really good.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
If there was one thing you could say about him, what would it be as far as your career?
I don't know, just the best coach you could ever imagine. It's like we handpicked him and stuff. He's just perfect, and making sure whatever I do, I'm healthy, and he's like a second parent almost. It's just, our relationship's really good.
So how many hours do you typically spend here?
About 25 hours a week. So 4 hours right after school, Monday through Friday, and then 5 hours on Saturday.
Shawn has one routine that she does that probably nobody else in the world does, and that's a double.
Yes, and
off the uneven bars.
yes, and double layout of the uneven bars dismount, which is double stretch position flipping this way, and then at the same time you have to twist 2 times in the air. And we are planning to use it for this coming season. So she's getting more mature in that skill.
I know we watched her do this, and
Yeah.
she is so excited to be able to perform this.
Yes,
And to
yes,
be the
yeah.
only one in the world to actually do it.
Yeah, that'd be
that,
pretty
that
exciting.
has to be a real confidence booster for not only her but you.
Yeah, but it's, I think we're not totally there yet, but I think she can do it. Give her a couple more months.
Knowing that she potentially could be representing the United States in the next Olympics in 2008, and it's in Beijing. How do you feel as a parent knowing that that potential is here and you will be traveling to another country you're not familiar with, but her instructor or her director is from that area, and he knows the importance of what gymnastics is, not only to that country but to the United States?
Wow. I don't know. This is just so one day at a time. This is just the first year that we've ever even kind of allowed the word Olympics in our home, just because it's too big to even comprehend. And it still is a long way away. I think she has probably as good a chances and maybe better than most. For some reason, this seems to be her destiny, and that's what I'm going to go with.
Do you think that's the motivation inside of her?
It's been effortless on our part and on her part. I mean, granted, she works very hard, but it's just happening, and I think maybe it's just what she's supposed to do. That's the easiest way for me to do it.
And that is so wonderful, because so many people work so hard at what they're doing, and it's not that she's not working hard. She works hard.
She loves
this is
it.
like a full-time job for her,
Right.
besides school.
Right. And that's, I mean, she absolutely loves it. And it's not just the competition. She really likes this activity. I don't know what it is. And her and Chow, they have just an incredible relationship.
And that's
So,
wonderful.
Yes, without a doubt, because we're not allowed to travel with her. So when she travels to competition, she has to travel with him and the team. And, I have to trust him a lot to take her out of the country. She's our only child, and I told him, if you ever lose her, I'll never forgive you. So.
And of course, that's something that he would never
No.
do. And
He's an awesome chaperone.
he's an awesome chaperone.
Perfect.
And he's an awesome coach.
Yeah.
It is-
And he knows her way better than I do when it comes to this.
How fortunate do you feel that you have a coach right here at your back door, where a lot of gymnasts, a lot of professional people have to travel and live in
Right.
other cities
Right.
across the country?
Right. Most of the girls on the team, the stories that they have are just unbelievable. And I can't even imagine having to be inconvenienced and burdened the way the stories that I hear. Not just us, everybody that has the opportunity to have Chow as a coach is incredibly fortunate, because you don't get that opportunity in these parts.
Now, you're the national coach, and this is a national training facility. Describe what that actually means.
That means, for example, if you have somebody on the national team from your gym, you are titled as a national team training center. And it's a kind of an honor program. We're not only a national team training center, but also a U.S. Junior Olympic national team training center.
If you were to tell everybody out there watching, who is Shawn Johnson?
Just another girl. I'm a gymnast too. Just a girl who does that gymnastics after school every day. I've been with it since I was 3. I'm just another teenager that has a really special extra after-school activity.
So how do you balance it all between school and gymnastics, being at home? How do you do it all?
It's hard, but I mean, I love school, so I think that helps, and my teachers help so much with when I'm gone, and just having friends that support you too, and teammates who are the best, and the best coaches in the world. It just helps a lot.
Very high standards, though, for everything that she does. Of course, she's a perfectionist, but she likes simple things too. I mean, she loves animals. She's huge heart. She's just a good little person, I think. But
From a mother standpoint, how proud are you?
Very. Very. But I would be even if she wasn't good at gymnastics. She's a good person, and I hear that a lot. That is the most important feedback I've gotten, and I think that's as important as getting first place at something. So
I've got to ask you, does she always have that smile?
yes, she
Is it
did,
hard to
and
tell her no?
honestly, I think she was born with it. She was a happy baby. She's a happy toddler. She's a happy girl, and we're lucky.
Terry, thanks you so much.
You're welcome.
It's
Thank you.
a pleasure visiting with you, and congratulations. What
Thank you
a
very
great opportunity. Even if it goes no further
Right.
than right here, it's
Exactly.
been a life experience for you
Exactly.
and your family.
I would walk away today and be happy.
Terry, thank you. You're
thank
so
you.
gracious.
Thank you.
Now on floor exercise for Chow's Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson, Chow's Gymnastics on floor exercise.
It's certainly not.
And now you can point your toes.
Put my toe up.
There you go. That's good. That's good. That's good.
I'll tell you, Chow, this has been tremendous. Now, do I do a double backflip to get off?
Or maybe just jump off for now.
Jump off for now? Okay.
Yeah, there
I
we
don't know
go.
if our insurance covers this or not, but we'll do the
There
jump
we go.
off.
Now you can do your finish.
Thank you.
Very good.
Oh, yeah. Sean would be proud of you.
Yes.
Thank you. You're such a
That was
delight.
fun. That was
And
fun.
best wishes to you and Sean.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Wow. I'm almost speechless.
I'm worn out.
Incredible. I was on the balance beam, of course, almost fell off. Thank goodness for Chow's assistance there. But meeting an Olympic hopeful 14-year-old Sean Johnson, what a tremendous young lady she is.
Oh, truly. And you got to remember, too, in the interview, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid.
I'm just a kid. And her mother, spending time with her at home during dinner with her dad, Doug, and of course her mother, Terry. They just sit around and talk about the day's events and, keep things positive. Just for Sean and allowing her to decide whether she wants to continue this beautiful sport. And right now she does.
What a day, Kim. I'm worn out.
It's been a tremendous day here at Chow's Gymnastics. I'm speechless. Words cannot explain what we've experienced today.
We're going to do something that we've never done before on the show. We're actually going to let Chow, the man himself, end the show. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Chow, go ahead.
All right. We'll see you next time at Iowa Sports Weekly.
That's awesome.